Hey, this is Joonas.
This is Ben, and we're from Oceanhoarse.
And you're watching GRIMM TV.
How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Been expecting this day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to finally have this album coming out.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on it for so long. So it's like, oh yeah, we actually have an album coming out. Right. It's February.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to that, you've had a quite busy and, I dare say, epic 2022
Yeah.
as a Oceanhoarse.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, plenty of tours.
Yeah.
Horsefest finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
That was a big thing. Yeah. A big win also. It went really well. Yeah.
I was there. Enjoyed it myself too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you already mentioned, we're here to talk about your upcoming second album, Heads Will Roll, finally there. The like song title Heads Will Roll, is that sort of or album title, I mean, was it sort of a statement that you guys want to make, or did I just read too much into that?
Yeah. Well.
It is a state, yeah, of course. It started as the song title, but once you have a song title like Heads Will Roll, you look at the song list and like, that's a pretty obvious title for the album. Just, it's catchy, it's in your face, and it is a statement, because of course that's what we believe in the album, and we think it's a fucking great metal album, so yes, Heads Will Roll.
Yeah.
I remember talking with some of you guys last time for your first album, that like you had on that album like a couple of those instrumental tracks, like to really recreate the kind of live experience of Oceanhoarse. That's not really like there anymore this time. Was that like
It is, there's one of those.
There's one still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have missed it. Must have fit it really well in between the songs then while I was listening. But like, I can still ask, like, was it sort of a deliberate choice to like have less of them in there?
I think there's still that same kind of flow and the same idea we wanted to bring on the album, that it just has that like between songs it just flows to the next one, and also like there's not like a full-on bass solo or you know, but still there's like that same element. Yeah.
But we wanted to keep that, so there is one short song called Dead Zone, which works as an intro to the song Heads Will Roll. 2-minute little piece with guitar and bass. Just something pretty before the mayhem continues.
Yeah, and long intros also. Yeah, on the songs, some of the songs.
Did you in like any way like approach writing for this like differently than last time?
It's actually funny, I've been thinking about it, because writing in this band has been just a blur for the past 5 years. We've just been writing all the time, so it never really stopped between the EP, the first album, and now. And now it's actually the first time in the history of Oceanhoarse we deliberately took a break after writing this album. Like, let's just stop, throw the guitars down for a while and stop, because I really want the next one to have its own color and our heads to be in a different space, to write something totally different. So I've really avoided writing anything. I've done music, but not for Oceanhoarse now for many months, because I want to do something new with the guys next time around. So for this one, I think some of the songs we wrote already while doing the first album. So we just chose, okay, these are more ready at the moment, so let's go with this one right now for the debut. Let's save this needs more work. Like, for example, Help Is On The Way almost ended up on the first album. It just wasn't quite ready enough. Some others, Heads Will Roll was another one, almost done, but just let's tweak it, and then at the end we change some melodies. So it's good we didn't push it to the first one. But so we just wrote and we never stopped, and so in that way, we didn't really have anything different in the writing part. But the thing we did differently, what we learned from the first album, is that we found that the first one felt, even though we did record it, a big part of it live, it still felt a bit too slick, the end result. Maybe it was the mix, but it kind of misses the raw energy that you feel when
Yeah.
we play live and together.
Yeah. So it was partly also because of COVID and everything, and now we kind of got there with the whole live setting of the studio.
Yeah, this time we really wanted to make sure that okay, these are the songs, and let's just practice them so we can really we'll book a week in the studio and record it live, and we just did exactly that. We overdubbed the vocals later,
Yeah.
but even some of the guitar solos ended up from the floor in the room or played together, and the takes are those. I just record the other side of the guitars, of course. So there's the guitars, the bass, the drums, all live from that session. And I was planning to record all the guitar solos later, but it just fit with the guys. I'm like, I'm just going to record the guitar behind it again. Let's just keep the live guitar solo because the vibe was there.
Yeah.
It was so cool to have that.
Yeah.
And just choose between the takes. Like this has the best tempo. It's a bit faster, but it has that push. Let's take that and leave the raw energy. And there's many more mistakes on this album, and we didn't clear in only the words. Like if there's bum notes, of course, you don't want to live with that for the rest of your life. So.
Yeah.
But otherwise, very minute fixing or anything. So, yeah. Long story short, the writing process not so different.
Yeah.
The state of mind we went into it,
very
different. We wanted to be more raw, a bit dirtier, and then just I guess just raw is the right word.
Yeah, and I think we just took the raw energy and the live feel. We just wanted to take it this time, and we just wanted to push it fucking all the way. And that's also a big part of like thinking about what we're gonna do next. That because we've done it this way to the fucking fullest.
Yeah.
So now we can just take a break and think like, okay, because we don't want to do everything the same the next time. So now we have like cleared our heads and like we've seen where we can go with all that, full on live. I'm sure it's gonna be, with us for until we fucking die, but still the next album is gonna be something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something of like with albums that get recorded, like kind of with that kind of live music attitude. There's always like some energy there more than when it's like very like in bits and pieces.
Well, that's what we thought, but also we found that many people didn't notice that on the first album, so it kind of gets lost in. So we really tried to make sure that this time it's really obvious. I'm sure still most people won't hear it. Because that's just how it is. For many people, just maybe it sounds weird, like how come it's not as layered or on grid or something. But that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I think we succeeded in what we want. We went in with the mission statement was let's just make it more focused on keeping it raw, and it's also with the vocals. Let's just I can't even remember what words we used, but especially me and Joonas were kind of bummed with. It felt a bit too nice, the album, the first one, once it was actually done. It's like, some of the sounds, some of the vocal performance, like, I wish we pushed a bit more.
Yeah.
Like, harder parts would have gone harder, softer parts softer.
And raw also, like in that, like, because if you like overwork it, I feel like you don't get that same color to the voice, and we kind of wanted to try and find like the best, all the little crackles in the voice and everything, and I think we nailed it on this one.
Yeah, well, you must have nailed it because that was basically the next thing I was going to ask. Because I noticed that your vocals that in some songs like you basically sound like harsher or more aggressive than I've heard you before, and in some parts of songs it's like even more melodic than I've heard you before. So what you're just saying confirms what I've heard.
I love the fact that we got to do also like a bit softer side. Like the really hard ones sound like it's raw and energetic, and then like the song Nails, I feel like there's just this. It's still Oceanhoarse, but it's like it has this. It's just more smooth and
And it's funny with songs like Nails, because we never saw it. It's all these titles that we see in reviews, for example, what people talk, because we have a division. It's one way how we see our band. We, from the day one, we saw, okay, this very straightforward heavy metal. To me, this is so just this. Then the first review started, oh, it's a bit progressive. I'm like, how? Where? What are you talking about? And then all these people started saying, no, it's not even real, it's more rock than metal. What? This is as metal as it gets. But of course the people are right. If you hear it 10 times, 100 times, there's a lot of rock in it, then I'm sure it is something. Maybe it's Joonas' voice, maybe it's the riffs, I don't know. But they must be right, because we keep hearing it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love rock. So maybe that shows in songs like Nails.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes we take the distortion down a bit, and it's more about the chords and singing instead of just blasting through riffs. But it's always blows my mind when we read reviews and they name bands that this band sounds like. I literally never listened to any of these bands you just mentioned.
How about Three Doors Down? That's what we got.
Yeah.
Thank you, AP React.
Yeah, they're talking about, this reminds me of Three Doors Down. Like, you mean the Kryptonite band? What? What?
Well, they had a couple of quite heavy songs.
Yeah.
They just never got.
They must have, because
really well known with those.
Yeah, and actually we went, when we drove to Seinäjoki's gig, we were listening to like, what's the point?
let's find the songs of Three Doors Down that sound like Oceanhoarse.
We didn't find it.
Yeah, it's funny. People really hear you differently than what you hear in your head.
Yeah.
And then again, it also seems like it's nowadays lost on a whole lot of people that metal is basically a form of rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and it's funny when the first album came out and the German reviews started coming in, and like half of the reviews just focused on, this is not heavy metal, this is metalcore with rock and roll influence, and like, dude,
metalcore?
It's heavy metal. It's the genre is heavy metal, and within it we just call it heavy fucking metal. Like, is this what you're gonna focus on in the review? Like, just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they hated it. They hated that we call it heavy fucking metal because it's not Udo.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's also lost on a whole lot of people that heavy metal is basically everything that is metal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most people now think like when you say heavy metal, it's like Judas Priest,
Yeah.
Udo, like that kind of metal.
But to us, heavy metal is Pantera is heavy metal, Dio was heavy metal, Metallica is heavy metal. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking the Metallica riff from here, and some Avenged Sevenfold and Gojira, and just putting it all in the blender, everything we like.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't want to put it in, we're metalcore, prog, whatever. Like, fuck that. No, we're heavy metal. We're a heavy metal band.
Yeah. But in Britain, they seem to buy it, so it works.
Now with your first album, you had that album cover that had that was a bit of your pet project, if I seem to recall right.
It was my brother's artwork.
Your brother's artwork.
Yeah.
Is with this one there like another cool story behind, or?
This is actually funny. This is 3 generations of Varons who made this album cover. It's my father's photograph. He's a professional photographer. And it's my brother's and mine concept. And my brother built the wooden mask that my son is holding. So it's my dad, me and my brother and my kid all doing this one photo together.
Cool.
And I really love it that it's not photoshopped. The shadow you see behind the Oceanhoarse, the tentacles, it's really there in the picture, and the color was there when we took the picture. So it's actual art. It's not just somebody took it with their phone. So it's really cool. Yeah, my brother always comes up with these cool things, and I'm so envious of the way he's really inspiring me to do more art and trying to push myself in that way as well. And I've done some of our single covers, but when it's about the important stuff like album covers, I still leave it to the professionals.
Well, you've done, like, isn't there something inside the album?
Yeah.
Like on the leaflet?
Yeah. When you open it up, there's some of my stuff, but yeah.
Very cool. No, when I saw the album cover, I was like, I bet there's something cool behind that again. Now, besides your albums, you've done like regularly kind of like those kind of cover songs with guests appearing, is having someone as like a guest on actual original Oceanhoarse music, like ever something that crossed your mind, or?
Yeah, we've talked about that, but there's always the like, because we want it to be like we want to be able to play it live, and if we bring someone awesome on the album, you know, and we want it really, you know, we want it to sound like the same. There's you know, it's
Especially
possible,
vocals.
but on the album, on the vocals, it's harder, doable, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna whip out the backing tracks to do some female vocal
No,
parts.
yeah,
But we do have special guests on the album for the first time. Martin
Yeah.
Lopez is playing
Yeah.
percussion on 2 songs.
yeah.
And that really brings a lot to Nails and
Yeah.
Smoke Signals.
yeah,
But unfortunately that's not gonna happen live unless you start playing congas and
yeah.
djembes.
Lopez, come on, man.
A new live gimmick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've talked about it, but yeah, there's a lot of bands in the metal genre where like their biggest hit is the one they do with a special guest, and then you go see them live, and of course this female star, the singer, is not there to do it, and then you hear the vocals from tape. It's like, not quite the same, is it? So we don't wanna do that. So you'll have to sing it,
Yeah.
or I'll do that.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah.
Right. Besides like your release show and such, are there any like big plans for this year that you can share already?
Not yet, unfortunately, no. At the moment, we're looking for touring opportunities. Again, opening for somebody.
Yeah.
There's no point yet, especially now with the saturated market with everybody from Metallica to everybody touring right now. There's no way. But if we find a proper tour that we can hop on as a support act, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
But hopefully that will happen. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll just do the home show now in March 4th.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, but I'm sure we'll do some touring this
Yeah.
year.
All right. I think I'm about there. Anything you would like to share still before we wrap this up?
Come to the album release party on the 17th, and come and take a sauna with me.
Yeah, we're having a separate release party. We're just
Yeah.
listening to the album a few times. Probably some giveaways.
Yeah.
There's a competition where you can win a sauna session with Joonas, which sounds
Perfect.
a bit weird, but I'm sure it's gonna be awesome.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and that's gonna be at the Bodom Bar, which we've never been to yet. I
Yeah.
hear that's a really cool new place. So that's on the 17th when the album drops, and then March 4th the album show. Yeah, the album.
Uudeslinja.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
yeah. Check the album out.
All right. Lots of luck with your album.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the chat.
Thank you.